Hey everybody, welcome to the Revive Yourself podcast. Here we go. So guys and girls, welcome back to the show. As always, this episode is sponsored by www.reviveyourself.co, my website where you can find so many articles about health and healing, as well as other links to different podcast episodes. The Chronic Fatigue Solution, the book I wrote a few years back, which gives you the 3 big secrets to health, and my newly released online course, the Total Health Revival course, which, if I don't say so myself, is unlike anything else on the market. Whereas other courses in health just concentrate on one aspect of healing, this course gives you everything you need to know to create a healthy body and mind, because it looks at you holistically. We don't just go into nutrition, we go into the mental, the emotional, the biological, the spiritual, and the environmental as well. So guys and girls, welcome back to the show. I know it's been a little while, but I wanted to get this right, and to be honest with you, I shot a video around April time just talking about how I've been moving forward with the business and made some really good changes to the way I've been doing stuff, because I was getting, as I said before, I was getting really burnt out, and I know I just really wanted to go into a little bit of a different direction with things so I could preserve my energy, so I could keep myself vibrating at the highest level for myself and for my clients, and for me, for you, for us. It's really important. And I wanted to just upgrade the podcast, wanted to change the artwork, wanted to wanted to change the intro, and so that's what we've done, and now we're back. And what's really happened over the last 5-6 months is I've really been able to find my passion again for doing what I was doing. Over the last 2 years, I've been, because of what's happened with all the nonsense, had quite a big following and had lots of clients, and this meant I was working some seriously long hours and felt burnt out, and I needed to take heed, because I needed to start to fall back into the principles. Although I was always exercising, I was trying to get sunlight and doing breath work, I found myself constantly in a state of being in my sympathetic, my fight and flight, because I was getting so many messages coming here, there, and it was very, very hard to respond. So that was why I had to take a step back, and what I did was I developed the Total Health Revival course. That way people could get all the things that I've been teaching my clients for the last 13 years in an easy step-by-step process that they can follow to heal basically every chronic condition or advanced disease, barring the severe gut ones like Crohn's and colitis, which I'll be putting out a course for in due course. And I'll be putting a few other courses out, and I want to be doing things differently, because what I've realised is over the last 7-8 years of putting people out of the fire, putting people out of the depths of hell when it's come to their health issues, after a while that becomes very draining for a person, a coach, because you're giving your life force, your energy into these people, and you get lots of different energy hooks into your body, and it's very draining. And so my next evolution, was to be like, okay, I can build out programs for these people that, to put all my knowledge into programs that people can access, will be very easy to use, step-by-step processes, and that will free me up to do the work that I'm really passionate about now, which is taking people to the next stage of their life and their health, and getting them to start to live the life that they want on their terms, and attract everything they want in their life through not only getting them healthy as possible, but by working on their mind, their mental and emotional health, their self-sabotaging behaviours, their programs at a deeper level, and really get them to break through barriers when it comes to life, when it comes to work, when it comes to relationships. And this is where I'm going to be heading. And so my one-to-one work with people, it's going to be a minimum of 6 to 12 months. I'm going to probably be doing a one-to-one, a mentorship. So a one-to-one mentorship program, also a membership program where we maybe do some group stuff. And I'll be running, I think, 1 to 2 day intensives and a few 7-day retreats. And this is going to be just about getting people to their optimum health, but also about getting them to understand themselves deeper, so they can really start to move in the direction they truly want to. Because I think that's the most powerful work. Once we get ourselves to being as healthy as we can be, and clearing ourselves of the diseases or chronic illnesses we've been dealing with, then we can really start to move forward and not only create a life that we love, but one for our family, for our friends, one for our future. And so that's what I'll be moving into, guys, which you'll be hearing about in due course. I've been doing a lot of work with some fantastic people, even going into things like money energetics, going into how we can start attracting, rather than, I'm a very fire dominant masculine energy person, and it's very easy for me just to work harder, do more, and keep driving forward. That will, though, in the long term, just leave me severely depleted and ill. And so I needed to learn how to do things from a different perspective, and I've been looking into some fantastic coaches around this, around the magic that comes with the feminine energy, and around bringing people into your life in a completely different way, rather than just having to push, grind. I know I'm always going to be someone that's going to work hard. That's never going to be the problem. But mine's really about stepping into the magic of life and listening to my intuition more. And one of the things I've always realised is that whenever I wanted my goals or dreams, I've always achieved them, because I've always gone after them. But when you get to a certain level, you feel like, oh, the next steps, I've got what I want, I've got what I wanted. Not my complete dream life, but I've got, my life's good enough. And there's always like the challenge of moving through that and not just staying where you are and not just trying to hold on to what you've got. Because if you want to reach the next level and go to the next steps and the next stages, you've got to be prepared to move forward and to risk the good for the great. And that's something that I really am diving into right now with the people I'm listening to, people working with. And it's something that I want to share with you on my journey too. The podcast is going to have lots of stuff around health and healing, of course, but we're going to go into lots of other avenues, which I was starting to do anyway, but it's on a deeper level, around the mind, around working from the realms of possibility, not probability, from going into the divine feminine, as I said before, money energetics, and just living life from a completely different point of view and perspective to what we're taught in the mainstream, breaking down all those paradigms, breaking down all those programs that we've been subjected to from our parents, our family, also the media, the mainstream media, and just a social norm. Long lived a life that has gone the opposite way, the opposite direction to the conventional ways of doing things. But this is, even what I've been doing here is challenging for me. So even for me, not coming from like an egotistical point of view, but like I've always been able to do things from a different perspective, because I knew that the conventional method just wasn't right, and you almost have to be like clinically insane to think the way we've been doing things is correct when you look at the world. And I always knew there was a different way. So this is why my passion lies now, and it's about taking people into this realm, which I will be doing. The next 6 months I'm going to be creating all the programs that are going to be there health-wise, that people can dive into, and then I'll be building out my mentorships, my membership programs, and my retreats and intensives that people want to join on. And I really want to come from a more magical, enjoying, fun place when it comes to doing these things and creating magic. I really want it to be things that people are drawn to, not just because they want to be healthy and whole and reach their goals, but because they feel magical, if that makes sense. So I wanted to share with you today on this short little reintroduction episode to the podcast. Going to be putting this out every Monday. That's what we're aiming for, every Monday, and get some fantastic guests on. I've already had some fantastic interviews with people that I've got stored, so the next few interviews maybe from a few weeks ago, a few months ago, but they still got valuable information that I want to get out to you. And then we'll be going into all the new guests that I haven't interviewed yet, which, well, I'm interviewing them as we speak. And so, yes, guys and girls, it's a real magical time. I always like to say, no matter what's going on in the world, we create our own reality. Our external reality is a result of our internal reality. And although we're going to get ourselves placed as best as possible, the way we think about the world and the way we act is how we experience the world. I've noticed that so many times in my life. One of my superpowers I always say is knowing what's going on in the world and not letting it affect me and moving forward anyway. But sometimes even when I get caught up in the minutiae, in the stories and negativity, it just, it lowers my vibration, it lowers the collective consciousness, and it's something I'm being very aware of. I don't even want to expose myself to that anymore, because we've been fighting the same nonsense for so many years. It's just media, virus, world climate change, whatever, rinse and repeat, and it's just more and more nonsense. But when you don't buy into it, when you don't allow it to affect you, when you just keep on moving towards your goals and dreams and desires and putting your energy into that, it's amazing what can happen and what can change in the world. So that's what we'll be doing here. We'll be giving you all the knowledge and everything that I can give you from my perspective and from the guest perspective. But also what I really want you to do is to start listening to your intuition, really feel into your body and feeling what that says before you make any decision with your head. So often we're very logical in this world. We've been just taught about left brain logical, all the spiritual stuff, all what your feelings, all woo-woo. We know that it's not. And so much science is coming out now detailing the esoteric and how our feelings, our senses, our intuition is so powerful. And I'm actually working with a coach myself to dive into this at a deeper level. This is stuff I want to be bringing to my new clients, the trainings we'll be doing. Exciting times ahead, people. And yeah, I just wanted to share that message with you so you know where we'll be going and what the future looks like. And we've also got some, the stuff with Kaizen coming out, the protein powder. We've got a few little snags we've hit when it comes to importing it, which we were just ironing out. But that'll be here before. It's going to be the best product on the market by none. It's going to be good enough for you to recover from training, but more than that, to nourish your body. Mothers can use it instead of breast milk if they want. It's a completely phenomenal product. Everyone else on the market, no matter what they say, even the ones that say they don't heat their products, they do. They heat them to 161 degrees centigrade. I've gone out, done the research, looked into everything, and this is the only product on the market that doesn't do that. We found a scientist that can quote unquote sterilize the product without sterilizing it, keeping all the nutrients intact. And that's why you'll see when you get it, our protein powder, it's not gritty, it's so smooth. People that have had protein powders before that get gas, wind and pain, bloating, indigestion, don't get it with this. Why? Because it's just raw milk in powdered form. And we've got a few other things put in there that we can't say, but that may come out at a later date. So keep your eyes peeled for that, people. And if you need me, you can find me, Ryan at reviveyourself.co. If you're dealing with a health, you want my one-to-one help, you want to dive into the program, the Total Health Revival program, then email me at Ryan at reviveyourself.co and we can get you locked in for that. Otherwise, as always, people, exciting times ahead. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.